What is going on, people? Welcome back to another episode of Love in Black and White. I am your co-host, Manuelis Rojas Martin Junior, along with me, hermano Mikuya, the one, the only, Jason J, Big Irish J Hollingsworth. How you doing, Jay?
I'm great now, Manuelis. How are you?
Oh, that's what I like to hear. I mean, we got rid of Tammy Joe and that racist
I'm
ass.
just happy to be here with you, too. Just got back from a meeting.
Oh, man, we thank you guys so much for tuning in. Last week, we left you guys with a cliffhanger of a question about the zombie apocalypse. And it actually was, if a zombie apocalypse happens and your girl or your guy gets bitten, are you waiting until the last moment to shoot them, or would you just bounce and leave them be? So
or do you not kill them,
or do you not kill them and just
chain them up and fucking throw some dogs and cats at it? Fucking eat it.
Can you imagine that shit? You're just literally like, you're married to a zombie trying to kill you, and it's just like, oh, we still make love.
Yeah. I mean, that ain't no zombie's ass. She got it.
Booty cheek falling off. Oh, my God.
She gives good brain.
I took out her teeth.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So, zombie apocalypse. Okay. She's bitten. Yeah. She is.
Yep.
She's got it. She knows she's got it.
Yep.
Fuck.
I
guess it would also be like, what does she want? Does she want you? Is she like, hey, just fucking, hey, Manny, it's Tammy Joe. We've overcome so much in our time together. No. If she's like, oh, God. I guess this scenario is if she leaves it up to you. Says, what do you want to do?
Or, I mean, she could literally be like, let's say she's carrying with a Q, ours is 7. She's like, first off, Jay, if you kill me, I'm gonna fucking eat the shit out of you. So you better fucking chain me up and just feed me brains, or else we got a motherfucking problem.
Oh, fuck, man. Yeah, and then there's the thing too where you're like, can we do it like one last time?
And then all of a sudden she starts foaming at the mouth. Like,
no! My dick! You bit my dick off!
Or you could always become like a zombie yourself and probably get all the bad zombie chicks. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
a lot of different options.
That's Zed the zombie. Zed.
Be that zombie pimp.
Yeah, what's that, baby? Oh, fuck. Okay. I guess what we should do is, if it's flipped, you get bit.
Okay.
Tammy Joe's good. She doesn't have it. And you get bit. What do you want? What do you want her to do?
I think you gotta just off me, but do it while I'm sleeping. You know what I mean? Like, it depends on how fast you change. I don't watch a lot of zombie movies, but some of the movies it's quick. Some of them it's like it takes a minute. But just off me while I'm sleeping, and the Adula oblongata, right? Because that's that's where you don't feel anything and it's quick.
I think
right?
I used to date her, and then I was doing oblongata. What's up, oblongata? What you doing, girl? I know.
Oh man,
I think what I would do. Actually, I would OD. I would do it myself, but I would get like some drugs that are going to take me to another level, and then I'll just die while I'm high.
Wouldn't that be funny if you were just like, you became a super zombie and then you were just even faster than the rest of them? Oh man. Yeah, I would say for me, just off me. Like, I don't want to stick around. Like, if I'm not in there, like, you know what I mean? Or what if it's like Get Out and you're just in the sunken place and you can't control it and you're just a prisoner to it. You don't know. I mean, so
then there's also that thing like, excuse me, sorry, woke up from a nap with rinks. There's that thing of like always holding out hope. Like, what if, you tell her to off you with a gun, they fire a gun that kills you. That gun is heard by somebody and they're like, we got the antidote. Yay!
Dude, that brings up have you ever seen that movie, The Mist?
A long time ago.
Oh my God. So get this, right? So in The Mist, it's all, you can't see outside the store. There's all these bugs that kill people just instantly, right? They and it makes this sound where it's like, And yeah, it's wild, right? So the guy, he escaped, like it's so stupid.
It's just one guy that's just walking down the street.
So he escapes the grocery store because they all turn cultish and all this shit. But it's him, this lady, and this kid, and they all escape. And all of a sudden they hear what sounds like the monster bugs coming, and he's got a gun, and he's just like, fuck. So he offs the kid so the kid doesn't have to suffer and die through it, offs the girl so she doesn't have to suffer and die through it, doesn't have any bullets left, so he's like, all right, I'll just die. It was the army rolling through, and they had finally wiped out the bugs, and he literally takes the gun, puts it in his mouth, and just click click click, there's no bullets.
Oh,
so, oh my god, what a
spoiler alert. I guess I don't need to watch that now.
Yeah, if you haven't seen a movie that was 15 years ago. Yeah.
All right, Manny, here's a good one for both of us.
Yes.
I'm 6'8". You put 6'7". How dare you?
Oh god,
I'm 6'8". What's the shortest girl that I have dated, and what is the shortest girl you'd be willing to date? So I'll answer that. And you're 6 foot, Manny.
Yes.
What's the tallest girl you've dated, and what's the tallest or shortest girl you would date? So, I mean, I tell a story on stage that's true. I went out on a date. I didn't date her, but we went out on a date with a little person. Kept it short.
Do I need to PC that shit up?
Yeah, you probably should. Otherwise, the little people will be picketing with toothpicks and Post-it notes.
We just want to say here on Love in Black and White, doesn't matter how tall you are, as long as you have a big heart. We just want to say that we really appreciate you tuning in and listening, and that we would love to see you at a show sometime. So, once COVID
maybe
ends,
with a booster seat.
Oh my God, so awful. You know what? We do love you though, little people. Little people. Yeah, I think that's what they like to be called. You can't, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, Brad Williams, who is a little person, actually has a joke though where he's like, "I'm a fucking midget. Fuck that little people shit." I was like,
great story about Brad Williams, FYI. Jay and Brad Williams were out in Seattle, and somebody thought he was Wee Man and just kept yelling, "Hey, yo, Wee Man, you go act like you don't know anybody." He's like, "I'm not fucking Wee Man."
It was the third one. The guy's like, "Hey, man, hey, Wee Man." And then Brad just kept walking. "Hey, Wee Man," kept walking. Finally goes, "Dang, Wee Man, you act like you don't know nobody." And Brad turns and goes, I don't know you. I don't know you." Oh, fuck.
So good.
Okay, so I'd say like I've dated like, like this is my girl's like 5'2" and stuff like that. And I think, honestly, like, I mean, I don't know what's the maybe 5 foot 4'11". That's probably anything under that's probably going to get weird. I mean, I don't know if she can handle all this.
Just a kid sitting on top of it, just
just wee.
It's so wrong.
It's a trip though, is like too tall. Like, you didn't ask on here what's too tall. I've gone
what's
out
too
with
tall for you?
I think once you get over like 6'2", I mean, not that there's a lot of girls, but like I went out with a girl one time that was like, I think 6'1". She was like former Miss Teen Oregon or something like that. But
okay,
it was weird because it was like, it looked like the tall convention was in town, And I tried to do a joke about it, but it just came off too mean because I said when we were at the movies and we were holding hands, it just looked like I was praying.
That's so dumb. You know what's funny about that though? I think about if I was in your situation and I'm 6'8" and I'm like dating a girl who's 6'2".
Right, massive cock, right?
Yeah, I'm just like,
I have to deal with all that.
Honestly, I probably would be like, I guess I'd be along the mindset of I'm going to create a super athlete. Like, this person is probably going to have a good chance to go pro. Knowing you, I mean, you like black women, and there's a 6'2", like, amazing black women out there, and you guys create another like Steph Curry or Klay Thompson. Like, shit. You know what I mean? That's a retirement plan right there.
Yeah.
Ladies, if you're out there and you are over 6'2", let's just give it a try. Let's just give it a try with Jay. Let's go ahead and create a superhuman athlete. And you know what? If they go pro, I think that I should get a cut of that. So,
there you go. Yeah. And what's your like? Do you have a certain height?
I mean, I think I honestly like 5'2", between 5'2" and 5'7". Anything like outside. I mean, I would date 5 foot, but it's like after a while, it's like I don't want to mess up my genetics if we're gonna have a kid. You know what I mean? I don't want my kid to be like little and not have dreams. And
Daddy,
so,
what are you doing? The plane. Jesus Christ!
I would literally look at him.
The lollipop.
I would look at him and be like, "Dude, it's probably not gonna happen for you. Best of luck in life."
What about a tall? What if you're 6 foot? What if a girl 6'3" volleyball player hits you up? What's to go out with you?
6'3" is too tall. I dated a girl who was
she picks you up to kiss you.
Oh my god, it was so. I dated a girl who was 6 foot, probably 6'1", and when she wore heels, she was taller than me. It's kind of weird in public, you know what I mean? When you're holding somebody's hand up here and sitting, and they're like walking you around.
Luckily, I've never had to worry about dating a girl taller than me.
Yeah, it's weird, man. It's like, and not that, I'm sure I could get past it, but yeah, I don't know. Anybody taller than me, if you're over 6 foot, I'm gonna have some sort of complex, I think, and like, I think about like, how tall is Serena Williams?
I don't know,
but her guy, right? I'm saying, like, can you imagine? Like, that would be the problem for me.
Oh, I have imagined many times.
Oh, God, if me and Serena Williams were dating, there would be a point where I'd be like, Serena, I can't make love to you with the lights on anymore because you were buffer than me. You're more toned. You look better than me. And I'm self-conscious. I mean,
I would be like, I want the lights on, but you got to wear a blindfold so you can't see this.
There you go. That's a good.
Oh, fuck. Yeah.
But yeah, for me, anything over 6 foot, I couldn't. I find tall women attractive, but I don't think I could ever date because I'd have a complex. I'm shallow.
I'm just glad I never have to worry about that. If I meet a girl that's taller than me, I don't know, maybe at the circus, I don't know.
Well, yeah, wait. What if Lisa Leslie from
I used to have a biggest crush on Lisa Leslie too.
She's gorgeous, right?
Is she taller than me though? I don't think she's taller than me.
Hold on. Let's confirm.
I'm looking it up. Leslie height. Let's see.
She's 7.
She is let's go. Lisa Leslie height. 6'5".
Oh, okay. Well, yeah. There you go.
It's nothing. What's up, girl?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think we're good. Yeah. There's some.
Yeah.
Candace Parker, 6'4".
Yeah. What's the? I know she's lesbian, but she's like the tallest WNBA player, and she could dunk. What's her name?
Oh, Brittany.
Yeah, I think.
She's 6'8". I don't think she's the tallest though.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, shit.
Brittany
That'd be.
Griner.
Yeah, that'd be so interesting to see you with somebody who's exactly your height. And so, yeah. Anyways. Yeah. Moving on. All right. My question for you. I have a buddy.
Manulus, I'm ready.
Yes. So I actually have a buddy right now who is online and he's trying to like meet somebody, but he's pretty serious about it. He wants to. I think. Was that? No, not just. Oh, there. Phil also. Yeah. But I think that the older we get, the more we are really trying to find that person. Guys aren't really just looking to hook up after a while. And is there a point where you can be too picky with your online choices? And I think the answer is probably yes, but I don't know. What's your take?
Yeah, I think you can be too picky in anything. Like with online dating now, it's
what would your advice be?
Don't get too attached to don't really get excited or amped up until you've really talked to the person, like, because you may see a picture and, oh god, girl's perfect, she's my dream one, and then you read the profile and you're like, oh my god, everything, same interests, but then you may not even match with them, they may not even match with you, or you may match with them and then you still don't, you may match with them and may not even ever talk to them after that. It's like there's so many like levels to the online dating thing now. So I would just say I don't take it too serious until it needs to, like, that's what I would say. Until you actually go out with the person, I wouldn't even put like too much worry or concern into it, because there's so, especially now with the quarantine or the pandemic, there's so many, you'll match and you'll talk and then it just fizzles out because like some people don't want to go out and do anything. So you're like, we got to just keep talking. Jesus Christ.
And then on top of that, if I guess a follow-up question for people doing online dating, what would you say, I guess, are the best sites to maybe try, or is there one?
It's there's, I guess what do you? You could find something specific for you. Like there's J-date for Jewish people. There's Christian mingle if you know if you really want a God-fearing person. But I have never done Christian mingle, so I don't even know if those are if people are using that as just a cover, so to speak. You know,
True.
Like you can anybody can join and say, oh yeah, I believe in God, and then be like. Trying to fuck.
Also, yeah, I feel like I have to amend an earlier statement in an earlier episode, where said that we support all religions, but you know, we not the evil ones. We just want to let you know here, if you're an evil individual, no, we don't support you. So that's just an amendment.
Yeah, I just you know, just keep swiping. Just keep swiping, you know.
Keep swiping.
Every no is closer to a yes.
Yeah, that's a good call. You know, and you know, it's tough for him because I think that he's in the like all of the friends around him are like married now and have kids, and he's looking for that. And I don't know if you're gonna find it in the first week, and he feels like a little defeated, you know. But
I mean, dude, and there's so many hookers, escorts, no, I'm not. I'm serious though. Hookers, escorts, only fans.
On the thing. Oh,
yeah. Okay. Oh, you thought I meant like that you could talk to?
Yeah, if he fails,
I mean, don't worry, man. There's hookers, escorts, fucking strip clubs, whatever. People that need to pay rent. Yeah. No, it's on the dating apps. Yeah, there's so many like that people are just on there because they want you to join their OnlyFans or their escorts or whatever, and you're like, fuck. So it's like if you match with someone, you may not even read their profile. You match, and then you're like, oh, this beautiful person. Let me read about them, and then you read, oh, if you're real, go to my Snapchat or join my OnlyFans, and you're like, fuck off.
Yeah, good call. No, that's great advice. All right.
I'm looking at the we did that. What's the biggest difference? Oh, in age that you've ever dated. What's the biggest difference in age you could date? Ooh. Well, I was just for a little bit, I was talking to a girl here in Vegas. It was like casual in the sense of like she was really laid back, and she was like 28, I think. And I'm like,
okay.
49, but
38.
No, she's 28.
No, you're 38.
Oh yeah, sure. There you go. Fuck yeah. Fuck it. God, I wish. But I age has never been like I don't care either way. Like there was a girl I was talking to, like literally it was just talk. I met this girl randomly. I was in New York doing a show, and we matched on a dating app, and then I left New York and we started chatting, and she was like 53 but looked like she was like 30. Puerto Rican girl, beautiful, but that didn't work out. We saw each other actually once, and it didn't work out. But this last girl that I was kind of talking to, who's now moved, but she was she was 28, very chill. And it seemed like it was progressing, like it could be like, oh, we're boyfriend girlfriend, could go that route, but she's moved away, and so now Big Daddy's still available.
Ooh, we hear that, ladies? He is still available. You know, it's I mean, 20. I get it. It really depends where you're at in life, because, like we always say, I think that at some point you got to be able to relate on stuff. I think a 30-year gap is too much. I would say for me, like 10 is probably the max of what I could do.
Fuck you.
Just kidding. But I mean, honestly, I'm not going to have a lot in common with a 60-year-old, you know what I mean? And then I'm not going to have probably a lot.
What's her name? Angela Bassett.
Oh, I mean, you know, if Angela Bassett wants to holler at your boy, she looks amazing though, you know, but I mean, but also, but see, that's the thing. It's not only the physical. Like, I wonder what the conversations are going to be about, because she's like, you remember that concert with the OJs did this, and this? And I'm like, you know, Angela, I don't really.
And she's like, by the way, I went to high school with OJ.
Exactly. So, I mean, you know, I wonder, for me, I think that there's a point when you have to really allow for that chemistry, because I mean, I think the older you get, the more you'll have in common with somebody. But at the same time, it's like me right now, I wouldn't date anybody in their early 20s because it's like I've been around that kind of person, and I'm just like, nah, this just isn't.
Okay, so let's say, well, who I think it was Satchel Paige used to have the saying, "How old would you be if you didn't know how old you were?" Or something like that. If you forgot how old you were, how old would you be? I think it was something. I'm paraphrasing, but it's something along that. And I'm pretty sure it was Satchel Paige that said that. But so let's say you meet a girl, Manny. You're single. You're single for somehow you're single. You meet a girl and you start dating, and she look. How old are you, Manny?
37.
37.
Yeah.
She looks 35.
Okay.
Like you know, if you had to put your money on it, you know, 30, 35. You start dating, blah, 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 blah. And then, I don't know, third or fourth date, she's like, yeah, I got my birthday coming up. And you're like, oh, 21. You're like joking. And she's like, no, 60. Oh, fuck.
I would be like, you lied to me. I'm gone.
No, she never told you. She never gave you an age number. You just assumed
60.
because she looks it. Like Angela Bassett looks so great for her age.
Totally.
You know,
yeah.
So then what? And like the way she acts, like she, you know, she hikes, she works out, all that shit.
Yeah.
She looks like 35, but she's about to turn 60 somehow.
Damn. But you know, I wonder, am I at this point where I want to have kids? You know what I mean? Because it's that also would bring up something. Or, you know, I mean, yeah, it's still hard. I mean, I think that. I mean, we probably would have stuff in common, but I mean, you know, she'd
be like, you like this old pussy. The tricks I learned.
Oh my God. She's like, I put it on you, didn't I?
Yeah.
You know, I think that I would have to, I mean, yeah, just because my goals are different, you know, it's like, I mean, shit, she's going to be retired in a minute, you know, and it's like, I've still got to work. So I don't know. Just for me, I think that's too much of a gap, man. It's too much of a gap.
Okay. What about the other way? You're 37 and
yeah
35. Bitch looks old, weathered, but so she's like having a birthday and you're like 21, joking around. She's like, yes.
Oh my God. I'd be like, well, you know, there's somebody out there for you.
No, she's been like, you guys have been doing everything. She's fucking, you guys just mesh. You don't have the thing to worry about the kids thing. Like
I mean,
now what?
I think that you're right to a certain extent. I mean, age, I guess
it really, go out. She's like very about her business. She works and she's like pretty much same interests as you. She games in her free time, but she doesn't go out. She doesn't really drink. She's not a partier.
But she looks old as fuck.
Weathered.
Just faces all
like. You're like, you want some lotion for your birthday?
She just smokes cigarettes like it's hello there, Manny, how you doing, sugar?
Dude, there was a girl that was friends with a girl that I worked with, and it was a weird thing. I don't know if anybody's ever experienced this, but like if you looked at the girl, you would be like, oh, she's very pretty. Yeah. But she had a look where you could envision how she was going to look old, and it like just fucking threw everything off for me. You're like, yeah, she's pretty, but I can visualize her. I know exactly how she's going to look at like 70. That's fucking weird, man.
Oh my God. Yeah, that'd be hard. I don't know. I mean, so if you guys, you know, okay, so we know a comic who his lady is, you know, I think probably like 20, 25 years older than him, and they get along great. They go on vacations, you know, they do all kind of stuff, and he just gets to go out and do comedy. He works, and yeah, I don't know. I mean, it works for them. So, you know, I'm not even gonna say nothing crazy because you look like you want to say some crazy shit.
I don't know who. I'm trying to think who it is.
I wonder if you know him. He's a Seattle comic. But yeah, I mean, she got a divorce and they ended up like just being being together, man, and they're great. I mean, so you know, it's
for you, Manny, I feel like you're dodging.
Okay, for me, the biggest I could date, like either way.
No, I'm saying, what do you do in that scenario?
Okay,
you find out
sorry.
She's 21. You've been dating for a while. You just assumed she was probably 30s. It never came up for whatever reason.
That's fine. I mean, yeah, if we're already kicking it, we're cool. And then all of a sudden it turns out that she's just, you know, she just looks old. You know what I mean? Yeah.
I swallowed your cum.
It's such a great line.
This
So
is a fucking
stupid.
throwback to Tammy Joe.
Yeah.
If this is somebody's first time listening, they're like, "Yo, what the fuck?"
That came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. What about you?
Came
Let's
out
say,
his dick. What?
yeah. Let's say, okay. Let's say she's 18. You know
Oh,
what I mean? But like at the same time, you guys have been kicking it. She's cool.
God,
but then,
damn. I could literally be her grandfather.
Yeah, exactly. And then all of a sudden, like it just you're like, hey, come to my show, and she's like, you know, you guys have been hanging out for a while.
Yeah,
and then you're like,
going.
hey, come to one of my shows, and she's like, oh, I can't. I'm not 21 yet. How would you handle that?
Fuck. I'd be like, all right, can you babysit some kids while we're at the show? No, fuck, dude.
Watch
that
my
would be
dog.
dude. I remember there was when I was probably around 20-ish.
Yeah.
There was a girl I met at Renton Town Center. That's what it's called, right?
Yeah.
The mall there. Yeah. Girl I met, thick, beautiful, and we exchanged numbers, and then we talked on the phone, and come to find out I think she was 16. And I was like, yeah, that was cool. Nice meeting you. Best of luck to fucking the rest of your high school.
Yeah, dude. You know, and that's
dude, she looked like straight up woman, and
crazy.
Yeah, and she wanted to keep talking to me, and I was like, nah,
no,
I'm good.
That's the dangers of it all. Is that like, how often do you ask anybody for their ID? I don't think I've ever asked Crystal for her ID unless we were like opening an account or doing our taxes. But it's like you very rarely ever ask. Like, think about the last 5 people you've hung out with outside of whatchamacallit, I guess outside of match. I guess it tells you how old they are, huh?
Yeah. I'm trying to really put my mindset to some girl I've been out on a few dates. We haven't ever gone to a bar or whatever. It's been like dinner, movies or whatever. And then she says I'm 18. I would be like, what? That would probably be my first. I'd be like, get the fuck out of here. Yeah. Then I'd be like, dang, holy shit. Yeah, it'd be a lot of that. Wow, yeah. Ooh, I'd be like, were you 18 when we fucked? You was 18 then, right? Yikes.
Exactly.
Dude,
oh my god, yeah.
Terrifying.
Yeah. I mean, would you stay dating?
Oh man. I mean,
like,
like the quick reaction is to be like, no, but I mean, like, okay, because like we've talked about this before. A lot of like my life is all about convenience and like people that are easy to get along with, easy to work with. So if she tells me that, and she knows my age,
right?
It would be weird that initial day of learning that and figuring. Then I'd have to be like, okay, she's chill as fuck. She's not a partier, but I mean, she may want to at some point. So we'd have to have a long talk about different shit. Cause I'd be like, you fucking, you know, I've probably banged how many people you are old.
Yeah. And then what if she looks at you and she was like, Jay, you were my first.
Oh my God. I'm going to be your last, bitch. No, we're going to get married. No. Oh God. I was your first. Jesus.
Oh,
then I'd be like, how'd you learn that fucking thing you do with the
yeah, you freak.
Yeah. Oh my God. Oh Jesus, I'm her first too, and I'm like, I gotta stay with you.
Okay, right. Okay, so a reverse scenario. This girl looks like she's like 40, right? Turns out to be a great grandma. She's 70, but she's like in shape. She looks good. Is that going to throw you off? I mean, she's cool as hell. Great grandma.
Fucking 70. She got money?
She got money. She got money. She's like, Jay, baby, I'll take care of you. She throws down in the kitchen too. Like, talking.
In the bedroom. She's like,
and you're just like,
oh my God.
Oh God.
It really is a vibe. Like it would be the same thing. I'd have that initial day of like in my head just for hours, just going, she's fucking 70. What the fuck, man? How she doesn't look it. She doesn't act it. What the fuck? She's gaming, you know, but she games on a Super Nintendo.
I was gonna say she's playing Atari.
yeah, Pong. I got this new game, Pong. You played this? Yeah, it would be the God. You know, these are always these scenarios are always just like extremes. Like she looks like she looks like fuck. I don't know, Selma Hayek, but she's 70 somehow.
Oh my God.
And she's
Selma
cool
Hayek,
as shit.
but a great grandma.
Yeah. Well, the great grandma, Jesus. No, you're a gilf.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the thing is like she's got. Let's say that her grandkids are your age. You know what I mean? So
they want to join in. No, I honestly, it would be. I would need a day to process everything, either age, and then I mean, if this person makes you happy. You know, there's the physical attraction, there's the personality, everything's there. They're chill as shit. They add to your well-being, to your life. I mean, fuck it, let's go, Granny.
Yeah, no, I hear you. You know, I think the hardest part about that.
Let's try and knock out one of them hips.
She's like, ooh, Jay, I gotta get hip surgery. You know, like it would be crazy if you think about it though, because it's like once you start approaching a certain time, you may only have another 20 years with this person. You know what I mean? Which is crazy to think. So, you know, I think about that with certain people. It's like when you find love later in life, or, you know, shit, you may only have 10 years. Which
Dude,
is
my
insane.
pops, I don't know. Did I tell you this thing about his phone the other day or no? Oh, I told Sean about this. So he's fine. Let me start by saying he's fine. But
okay.
I called him like this one day, multiple, probably 4 times throughout the day, different times up through the night. No answer. It would ring, go to voicemail. Next day, I called from the morning till at night, multiple times, probably 6 times. No answer. I did a wellness. I called the cops in Portland to do a wellness check. Shit. They went to the door, knocked on the door, no answer. But they said that there was, because there was snow there, they said that there was fresh foot marks and tire tracks. But that really doesn't mean anything, you know? So I talked to my uncle the 3rd day. I was like, Uncle Steve, you talked to my pops? And he's like, yeah, I talked to him last night. And I was like, really? What time? He's like 8. Come to find out, my dad's phone's broken. He can't hear the ringtone, or it's not ringing. And when we were talking, it was cutting out. But my whole thing, and so then I was like, okay, I don't want to ever have to go through this again. So I was like, what's your neighbor's names, phone number, got all that shit. But I just think about it. My pops is 85. He doesn't even have like the connection of internet, or he doesn't text. He doesn't have like, you know, like I get like, we have me and you, we have this, we talk on the phone, we text. I have the internet in the sense of, or the, you know, gaming where I'm talking to people. I have that interaction. My dad's got none of that shit. And it's fucking crazy to me to think about that. He's 85 and just fucking dolo, you know?
Dude, it's crazy because it's like, it makes me think your dad will be like, let's say 105, and technology is going to go even further, you know what I mean? And it's just like, how would he even interact with holograms? You know what I mean? It's just like fucking crazy. Dude, man.
You should is your mom single?
Yeah, they should hook them up. No, I was married, but I mean, you know.
We do it. What? What'd you say?
She's married, but we should have hooked them up when she was single.
We could have been real brothers.
We could have been, man. Could have been putting the love back in the world. God damn it.
Oh fuck. That's that is a wild one though.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, I'd be curious to get listener input, their thoughts on that. Oh, we also did we had an email. Did you see it?
Not yet.
Let me bring it up. It was titled Love.
Listener emails.
Trying to find it. It was from Daphne, our loyal listener from Charlotte, North Carolina. What's the best and worst love advice you've received?
Ooh.
And she loved the live podcast last week.
I love it.
Thank you, Joe, maybe? I don't
know. Best and worst love advice. I feel okay. There was, let me see. Okay. I mean, I've gotten some pretty bad love advice. Like, I feel like my uncle one time, like, there was this girl that I thought was cute. And I'll put it like this. She worked at Pizza Hut when, she was younger, but then ended up becoming like sort of like a doctor or some shit, right? But I was like, yeah, I think she's cute, and he was like, you got any like prospects out there? And I was like, yeah, this girl work. Yeah, yeah. And he was like, I was like, there's a girl who works at Pizza Hut. She's pretty cool. She's going to school. He was like, you don't date the girl from Pizza Hut. You fuck the girl from Pizza Hut. And I was like, Jesus. I won't say which uncle. I don't want to get him in trouble. But then also, my dad gave pretty bad love advice. He was like, I'll never forget, there was a girl who was like, she's I think a year younger than me, and we were hanging out during the summer. And he was like, "Don't be sleeping around, just have her, suck on it if you." I was like, you know what I mean? Just like horrible advice.
Just have a suck on that thing.
Exactly right. Trying to be subtle, but not be subtle about it, right? And then the best love advice, I guess I kind of got from my mom is just like, always remember that the person that you're dating is somebody else's sister or somebody's, going to be somebody's mom, and always to treat that woman with the same respect that you would want me or your sister to be treated with. And I thought that was always great advice. Although it got kind of weird when you think about the bedroom type.
Yeah, I was going to say, thanks for killing my future boners, Mom.
Exactly. So, yeah. What about you?
My pops, I don't know if this would be good or bad, but he was like, never believe a woman when she says she's on the pill.
My dad. How many athletes have been just caught because of that shit?
Yeah, I'm trying to think of what's the best advice.
I think your grandparents.
Yeah, I mean, my grandparents never really gave my grandmother just kind of would more lead by example of
right.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't have an answer for best love advice. I
feel like Snoop Dogg had really good advice. He's like, don't you put all your trust in that hoe. Didn't you see what happened to the president, nigga row? Living in a tight house, big as the White House. You fucked around and stuck your dick in that bitch mouth. So.
Well, I don't know if I could repeat that advice. At least the first part of it.
Yeah, horrible.
You know what? I got to come back to that, Daphne. I'm going to put a note to remember that for the next one. Let me see. Okay. What is your advice for rebounding from a bad breakup, Manulus?
Ooh, that is a great
And how long
question.
should you wait after a breakup to get back out there? I mean, well, here's some advice. And again, I don't know, good or bad.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm sure my dad's not the one that originated, but what was it? The quickest way to get over a woman is to get on top of another one.
That sounds like big cat advice.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah.
How long? I'm trying to think of how long. What do you think? How long?
Well, I mean, you got to give it some time because, in all honesty, after I got dumped, there's this really nice girl that I was seeing right after my 3-year relationship, and I didn't know all the details of the last one. And then I was just like, once I found out she was cheating with the store manager, I was just like, bruh. And there was this really nice girl, Stephanie, and I was so fucked up about it that I just couldn't even I wanted to be a hermit, and I just was like, I couldn't date anymore. So I think you got to give yourself at least, depending on how long the relationship was, you know what I mean? If you were married for years, give that shit at least a week. You know what I mean? What
if you're like, thank God I was cheating on her. I got this other chick I can go and I can try to.
Exactly. No, I would say, it really depends on how long you were together, because I mean, some of that shit, I mean, some people got mental trauma, and then you bring that into the next relationship, and that's always something you don't want to do. If it was, you were dating for a couple years, I would say at least take about a month to figure your shit out.
Yeah,
that's about good.
And I would actually, I would say don't put a time. Part of the question was how long. I would say don't put a time on it. You just do what feels right to you. Maybe you're not ready after 2 months or fucking True. Whatever. I'm not saying wallow in sorrow and be depressed all that time, but I'm just saying don't feel like, oh God, it's been a month. I need to force myself to get out there. If that's not your thing, I mean, if somebody that's like, I don't really like bars. I don't really like going to a nightclub.
Yeah.
But I'm going to force myself to go just because I feel like people are telling me I got to get out there. And if that's not your thing, don't fucking do it. Just, do it at your own pace.
Yeah.
And plus they always say, it always happens when you least expect it,
Very true. Yeah. And I mean, don't just go sleep around just to sleep around. You know what I mean? because you know some people get attached and you don't want that to happen. So you don't want people like, you know, that was just a fling for you, but then you got some dude just like, excuse me, baby, baby, baby. I was just wondering, you know. So
Yeah.
I mean, like Jay said, I think you gotta, you know, kind of judge your window for it and get right mentally, and so you can be a good partner for your next person. So
Was part of that also how to rebound, or
oh yeah, I feel like, did you delete part of it?
I just checked it. I put a check
Oh,
on it.
okay.
I checked it. But
Yeah.
yeah, how do
So
you um
how do you rebound back?
I guess also like I guess how do you deal with a bad breakup or breaking up? I would say lean on your friends.
Yeah.
I mean, again, a lot of this stuff is everybody's individual and how they deal with stuff. Like how I would handle it is I would probably take a day. Like I've talked about this before about like depression. Like I've never been depressed in the sense of like where I want to end my life or anything like that.
Right.
But I have days where, you know, I feel down or I'm in a funk and I take a day. I just kind of take a day. I check out. I may not return texts or phone calls, or may just say, hey, let me talk to you tomorrow, whatever. And then just kind of take a day for myself. And I would say how I would handle it if it was a bad breakup is probably would be that I would probably have a day I need to just kind of, you know, decompress, you know, just think about everything, deal with everything. And then I would lean on my friends. Whether that's like, hey, I want to hang out, you know, go to the movies, go to the mics, whatever. That's how I know I would handle it.
Yeah. You know, I think Jay's 100% right in the aspect of like lean on your friends, but be careful which friends you lean on, because you know, if it's not a really close friend, they may be like, get the fuck away from me, you know what I mean? And you sitting here trying to create a vision board, you know what I mean, in their room, and it's like you know, but like if it's a friendship like me and Jay, we know we can lean on each other. You know, if I'm going through something, I know I can call him up. And sometimes even just sit on the phone, like, and we don't even got to say shit.
What
really,
you doing?
What are you doing?
What are you watching?
I'm depressed. You know,
I'm
I'm
like,
just
Manny,
watching.
it's been a while. Can you just?
Oh God. No, but you know, yeah. Honestly, I think that Jay's right. It's like you got to make sure that your circle is good as far as like, you know, if it's your family, you know, reach out to a cousin, a sibling if you're cool with them, your parent. Like when I went through my breakup, my mom was was my rock, and she was like, yo, I get that you're depressed, but sometimes you just got to put on some like hardcore shit. And she put on Tupac, and we were just like, we went on a ride, and I was like, I feel better. So yeah,
she's like, suck dope. That shit up.
Exactly. I still remember getting spanked by her, and like, you know, when I was bad, and she would literally be like, if you don't suck that shit up, stop crying, I'm gonna give you something to cry about. I'm like, you just whooped my ass. I was like, God.
I got our teaser for next week. I'm writing it right now as we're speaking. What is the best couples trip you've ever been on? Do you want to go, man?
Yeah, we've been on a lot of cool ones. I mean, we went to Italy, Greece. We went to St. Lucia, but I would say the best, surprisingly, was Morocco. We went to Morocco, and I'm not gonna lie, man. You know, sometimes I think that we allow the media to really get in our head and tell us what something's gonna be like, right? So, first time really going to a predominantly Muslim country, and it was during Ramadan. So, you know, I think here in America, we're kind of taught like, oh shit, you know, it's gonna be crazy around there. It's Ramadan. People are gonna be a little upset because they haven't eaten all day. But we got there, man, and everybody was so cool. They fed us. They treated us like we were like family. We spent a night in the Sahara Desert, you know, and it was just me and Crystal, just like tent, music playing. Our driver Majoop, that dude, he took us everywhere. We went to, was it Casablanca? Was it filmed out there?
Oh shit.
Yeah. So we were at the.
Did he make you want a Majoop?
That's so stupid. Yeah, but Majoop was dope, and you know it's crazy because at the same time he was telling
what kind of
me.
Cologne did he wear?
I think it was like Aqua di Gio, or no, it was like Majoop or maybe some cool water shit. I don't know. Yeah. But he literally, you know, we had created that, we had this bond, and he was like, when you go back, Manny, please be careful because I see that they're just killing black men out there. You know what I mean?
God,
so
damn.
Yeah, you know what I mean? And he was like, please just be careful around the cops. So they got a narrative in their head too that it's like, yeah, man, they could just off you. And I mean, to a certain extent, he was kind of right, you know. So But I mean, it was just,
Fuck.
yeah, a beautiful place. It's just good food. But fuck, I mean, Greece was amazing too, man. So, but I'll give it to Morocco. What about you?
Mine's gonna be so. I was dating this girl, and we this when I was living in Seattle, and we went down to Portland. We stayed, even though like I had places we could stay. We stayed at this like really like modern artsy fartsy hoity-toity hotel in downtown Portland, but it was like we drove down, like, so we had that, we talked and stuff and all that, and then went to like because she wanted to see like kind of where I came from, so here we go. What?
I just feel like the way you were leading up to it, it was like, yeah, so we went to this Sizzler. Shit was off the
we went to, like, she met my pops and some of my friends grew up with, and like she wanted to see where I had came from. Like, she grew up in Seattle, and I knew all the places where, like, where she grew up and everything, went to school and stuff, and so we just went.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
So that wasn't a special trip that you took me on that one time where I met everybody, like Matt, you know what I mean? Everybody in Oregon.
She sucked my dick.
Well, you know what? Maybe if you had given it motherfucking the chance.
She swallowed my cum.
So stupid. But dude, that's a dope trip. You know what I mean? Especially
it's
when
like,
you get to,
it's not, I mean, it's not Morocco. I'm pretty sure I have not taken like a trip like that, which would be dope, with your girl to take a trip like out of the country or, somewhere. Like
okay, I'm gonna send you a video tonight, and I think we should post it on this like our next link. But check out Dubai, man. Shit's crazy.
Oh,
I mean, it's like don't go during August. It's 109 degrees. Go in like January if you get a chance. But I mean, like that's a place outside of America that I want to check out next.
I'd be down for that. So, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, let's do our teaser for next week. Okay, Manny and Jay, what is your advice for surviving a long distance relationship or even a pandemic relationship with minimal physical touch? Oh, this is right up my anus, right up my alley, my back alley. What do you got to plug, Manulus?
I did the first episode of the season to Forget, my new sports podcast. It was pretty cool. But more importantly, I'd rather you guys check out the Hollingsworthless, which is one of my favorites. It's such a good podcast, and we actually added a new segment where Phil reviews certain things, so you might want to check it out. Especially since Love in Black and White, we talk about healthy love lives. So Phil reviews sex toys if you're single out there. So pretty impressive. What do you got?
You got any virtual shows coming up or improv shows?
Ooh, actually, I think that's going to be coming to an end here for a little bit because I will be retiring from improv in March. Okay. So, yeah.
I will plug next week. March 4th through the 6th, I'll be at Spokane Comedy Club. So if you're in Spokane, Washington, I will be at Spokane Comedy Club, I believe, with Jessica Kirsten, who's she's like my comedy mom and one of the greatest comics you'll ever see. So that's where I'll be.
What about Super Funny? Are you doing Super Funny?
Yes, I was going to plug that the week after. I will be at Super Funny Comedy Club in Tacoma, March 11th through the 13th, I believe it is. Yes, you know who I'm going to be opening for?
Who?
Mark Vieira.
Oh shit,
that's going to be a fucking fire club or fire show. And then March 17th, St. Patty's Day, I'm at Super Funny Comedy Club.
Okay, that's awesome.
St. Patty's Day.
Make sure you check out Jay. And especially Mark. Mark is great. He's been on
especially Mark. Especially Jay and Mark.
Well, I think Mark's a little more talented. No, I'm just kidding. Around. Oh God, no! It's good times. And make sure if you're in the Washington area, you support Super Funny Comedy Club. It's new, off the ground. Nate Jackson's room, and he's on what, NBC?
The Rock.
Yeah, Young Rock. So
I just watched it. So great. Yeah, it's dope. Okay, until next week. What are we gonna do, Manny?
Be putting the love back in your right. It's Love in Black and White.